Hello, everybody. Hi, I'm Troy McClure. You may old school Simpsons fan. Anyways, welcome to community service. I'm touring again. The world is slightly opening back up. Still feels weird out there. Anyways, January 28th through 31st, Phoenix, Arizona at House of Comedy. And then the following weekend, I am at Wichita at the Looney Bins. And then at the end of February, I am in St. Paul, Minnesota. Yeah, I'm back. I'm back. I'm still sad. I'd like to thank my Patreon members, Rebecca Bishop. I believe she just updated her card. And thank you, Rebecca. It's good to see your name again. Jacob Walker. Thank you, new Patreon member, Mike Knox. And Ryan Hardesty. Anyways, Patreon, you get a bonus episode of this. So you better give me that $5. And, we do fun stuff, merch and etc. And yes, thank you. Sometimes they're awesome and hilarious. Sometimes they're dark and scary. Just being honest. Anyways, you're supporting me and vibrating me higher with your $5, and God bless you for that, because that's awesome. Well, you're gonna go support McDonald's and Fox News and whatever corporate conglomerate I can think of, Disney. You're gonna give them $12.99. You can't give me $5. It literally buys me toothpaste. What does it do for Disney? He's dead. Those rich cucks. I don't know. Anyways, today's guest is none other than Jessica Keenan. She's fucking hilarious. I started out with her, and she's awesome, and she should be here any minute.
This is so nice. Did you pick out all this furniture?
I did.
You?
Did. Hang on,
I'm
we're
impressed.
rolling. Are we rolling?
Yeah.
Oh, we get right into it.
I'm impressed that you picked this out.
Yeah, and by me, I mean my girl.
Okay, that's what I thought.
No, but I have good taste too, and we wanted something we both can agree on. It was just like nice.
So you picked what she got.
No, it was mutual. It was. Cause
Like she picked it and you said yes.
no, I think I picked it. I said I found one. You're just trying to make me sound like
No,
a little bitch.
I just want to know for
I'm
real.
just kidding. Oh yeah, the
should
microphone.
probably use
You
this.
amateur.
I haven't done stand up in so long. I'm like, I'm just talking.
No, I don't know. I have good taste. You forget.
I didn't say you didn't have good taste.
I'm a feminine.
I just wanted to know who. I like this look.
I found it and I texted her a picture and she said yes, that one. But I found it.
Good.
And then I just I have 2 older sisters and 90 cousins, and only 2 of them are males. So I'm exaggerating,
good-
but it's
good
like
taste.
I don't know what. Yeah. So I just know I like to decorate. I like tea parties. I like.
You like to decorate? I love decorating.
I'm like, ooh, like if I see a empty home, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to make it my own. Where most of my guy friends are like, fuck
But like, yeah, whatever
that.
furniture we had before is going.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's rare.
Yeah, I like it.
My husband doesn't decorate, but he appreciates it. Like he says he does.
Yeah,
Like he likes good taste.
I like when I am rich, just hire that person and be like, make this the shit.
Right. You won't be involved? See, I have to be involved.
No, I'll be involved, but I would love just to, because there's just people you trust.
Yeah, of
There's-
course.
Like I use this analogy all the time. There's good lawyers, bad lawyers. There's certain lawyers you're like, oh, just take care of me, or a mechanic or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So like I want a designer like, hey, make this shit. Like, because, just because picking out every little detail.
I love it.
I do love it, but
I spend hours on it.
yeah.
I also like a good deal, too.
Oh, I love
So if I found this
deals.
chair, I would be like, I'm going to find it cheaper.
Cheaper.
Yeah.
No, I brag on like this jacket on sale, $40.
Me too.
When these rich
Yeah.
fucks are like Gucci, 3 G's. I'm like, you're an idiot.
I always say, like, it doesn't matter how much money I have, I'm still going
Yeah.
to be this, like, bargain shopper. Because then I feel like people just spend so much on shit that I'm like, I just found that for like $30. What are you doing?
And then a lot of the super fancy shit where it just has a high ticket price is just to have a high ticket price.
Right.
It's not laced in gold, motherfuckers. You want to spend 3 G's on something, but at least gold. You melted down gold member schmelt. Yeah.
Cut to, we're rich and we're like, buy whatever. I don't have time for that.
That's true. No, but we were talking before you had a microphone on how
before you realize how to talk.
before you learned how to speak.
This is my first time.
Hi. Your husband's always warm and you're always cold. And
Yeah.
like the thing is that I find insane is like I'll be warm, she'll be cold, right? Like right now.
Right.
But then if I'm cold, she's warm. It's never
That's
the
true. That is
same.
so true.
It's like, how the fuck am I freezing and you're warm?
I don't know what that is. That is very true though.
Thanks God.
We weren't made for each other.
Yeah.
We're just forcing it to happen.
It is so true. It's like no matter what, it doesn't happen.
That is very true. It's very rare that I'm warm and he's cold, but it is when I am, he is cold. And I'm like, what?
What? It's 100. I don't get it. Because
Like we switched.
most of the time, my hands are icicles.
Me too. I have bad circulation in my hands
Yeah.
and my feet
Yeah.
and my nose.
It's so annoying.
That's why I kind of like the masks. I know everyone's like, I hate. I'm like, it keeps my nose
I like it.
so warm. People complain so much, and I'm like, this is nice. I kind of want to just keep this going.
I like the mask because you could blow your nose in it and then no one.
I don't like it because of that. I think that's so nasty.
And then just.
And it just sits on top of your nose.
And then you don't have anything to throw away.
It's like wildly uncomfortable. There's just snot sitting on the.
No, it just it evaporates over a few hours of the day.
But until it evaporates,
gets a little
then you have all that
crusty.
crusty, it's like Dumb and Dumber status.
You just look like every kid ever. Just, oh, kids
You take
are
off your
gross.
mask. You're like, what is it? What's the matter?
Why is it when you're a kid you could just rock a crusty ass nose? Like,
Because you're a kid.
I know, but still, it's just like paste, just dried hard shit on
I
your
always
nose.
remember having that. I felt like I licked my lips a lot.
And you got
then
the
I always
chapped-
got that. I always had that extra
Yeah,
red ring. Because I was like, then give me chapstick. Like, I'm just a kid.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep licking them.
I remember those weird kids.
That was me. That's usually the ones that are the youngest that no one cares about anymore. You know, the ones that like you're like, figure it out.
Yeah, my cousin's kid had it, and I was like, "What's up with his lip?" And he just went, "Rrr."
He's like, nobody,
and then they're
nobody
like,
gives
he
me
just,
chapstick.
he just ate his lip. And I'm like, he just lick. It's crazy. You just lick it till it's raw. It's like, ouch, ouch. So I always have Burt's Bees. Burt's.
Yeah, but you got to share it with the kid with the lip.
Nah, he's on his own.
See, that's what I mean.
on his
Nobody
own.
helps. Nobody helps those kids.
He's
No one
6.
helped me.
Figure it out. Get a job. Go
Took
buy
me
your own
years.
Burt's. It's expensive.
It is.
I know.
I use Vaseline now. Vaseline's so cheap.
That seems very
What?
weird.
Smart? Vaseline you can use on anything. I use Vaseline on everything.
It's true. I
I
remember.
take my makeup off with Vaseline. It
we're,
works great.
we're gonna get so gross. When me and my sisters were kids, we'd find the Vaseline in my mom and dad's nightstand. There's always pubes in it.
That is very gross.
It was
I have mine by my nightstand, but it doesn't have pubes.
It was
It's
used
so
as a
nasty.
lubricant back then. Like it wasn't no thing. No one knew.
Ah.
No doctors. This is 70s, 80s shit. No doctors are like, hey, ma'am, maybe don't put petrochemicals on your bush. Back then, it was just like,
So
oh
gross.
yeah, yeah,
I
put a
would
little
be like,
mercury
I just need some
in
for
it.
my lip. Just grab some. Just need just somebody help me.
Apparently, it worked. 3 kids. No, yeah, we remember that, and it didn't resonate till way later.
That's
We're
why
like-
you hate it. That's
we're
why
like,
you looked at me like I was trash. I understand now. Well, that's not what I use it for, but
We're like, guys,
it's like, that's weird.
haven't you heard of coconut oil Vaseline? What the fuck? Seems painful. It seems. Anyways, that's. I'm having trouble. My mind's in dark places. How are you?
Yeah, I didn't know Vaseline was going to take you there.
Lots of weird things like that. Like my sister found condoms as a kid, and then they lied to her. They're like, and my dad was like, "Oh, those are for my back." But then when he wasn't home, she started putting them on her back and opening them, rubbing
That's
them
why
on
you
her
can't
back.
lie.
Yeah.
You can't lie like that because
like,
then they're just
Oh,
missing.
no, that's a back massager.
Yeah. She just goes to school. She's like, this is for my back. That's the problem. You think you're helping your kid, and now she's the slut that brings condoms on her back to school.
The teacher's like, why is there 3 condoms on your back?
At least be like, this is for adults. Or like, something to...
No, you don't understand. It's for my back.
No, my back.
I'm 8. My back hurts. so I put these magic
Would you like some
back
Vaseline
condoms.
with that? No?
Pews.
This is for your lips.
Yeah. What other weird shit like that happened to you as a kid? Where you may have been, they're like
tell me something wrong.
I can't remember. I know there's more.
I'm sure there's some. I am notoriously known for the worst memory. Like, my family's always like, you don't remember anything. I'm like, I don't know if it's because I don't want to, but like later I will. Like when I leave and drive home.
I don't either. My sister Cynthia in particular, my eldest sister remembers everything.
That's how my brother
from
is.
the youngest age, and I'm just like, people.
Are you the youngest?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that just happens to us.
I don't like. They'll just say like you don't like the most. You remember when you jumped off the roof of your birthday party? I'm like,
you broke all your bones and you were in a
No,
cast
I
for
don't.
7 years. You don't remember?
I'm like, oh yeah.
You're right.
I do a lot of that. Like, oh, but like
me too.
What's going on?
I do that too.
It's a lot going on in here.
Or nothing. We can't remember anything. There's so much in here. We just can't access it, but it's there.
It'll come back to me, but like I'm like, oh, I have no people.
Same.
Old friends telling me shit we used to do together, and I'm like, I don't remember who you are. No, I'm just kidding. I just don't remember like what. That happened too because I had a party house, and people were like, yeah, I used to party there all the time, but.
Oh,
like,
but that's different because you were
different.
probably
That's
wasted, right?
yeah.
So your parents would allow you guys to just have people over?
No, not at all. I was a bad kid. That my parents
call
were
it
divorced.
a party house, so like they didn't know.
They were my parents were divorced, and my mom would go take care of her father because he was passing, and then
So you were like,
so,
party.
hey,
Party in my
Grandpa's
house.
ill. Get a keg. And yeah, unfortunately, in high school, that's how it was. I'm not proud of it, but yes, exactly.
And what about your sisters? Were they there?
They were older. They were, I was in high school.
So it was just you with
It
all
was-
your.
It was the best and worst timing. It was high school, and and she used to. It was fucked up because she'd go take care of him being a good human.
Yeah.
And she knew I'd be partying. She had to be a good mom too, so she'd leave her
Call the
father.
cops.
No, she'd just come home, pull in, scatter the party, and then have to go back to take care. And be like,
Just
all right,
coming
she's
back
gone.
and
Come back.
Between the hospital and scaring kids away. It's so
Yeah,
sad.
what do you want?
It's hilarious.
What do you want? I just discovered mushrooms. All right. And
I threw one party at my house, and I didn't even drink. And I threw one party, and it was literally like one of those parties where you're like, okay, just 5 people, right? And it was just tons of people inside of my
was
house.
that high school?
It was my senior year of high school.
How does that happen in high school? Like, no one as an adult be like, I'm going to have like 12 to 20. That's what it is. It's 12 to 20. In high school, I'm going to have 12.
Because everybody,
400
you're always
kids
looking
later.
You're always looking for a party in high school. You're
Yeah.
always like, who's the
there's
kid that always
nothing to
throws, like, oh, Craig's grandpa's sick. We can go there. Like, everyone's always
Yeah.
like looking for a house.
It was like Monday, Wednesday.
Oh, you.
No, those like days.
Okay,
Like,
so then you were the house that everybody typically went to.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was, and even after that,
We used to go to those homes, I remember.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's happening in this house? Like, where is, like, how
Who
are
owns
we?
this?
Do they own, this child own the house? It was always weird. You'd walk in and there's always a kid like
is.
you that was like,
do whatever you want.
Young.
There's Kool-Aid right there. There's cocaine right there. Yeah, it was bad. It was
I always
good.
wondered
It
where
was
are
fun.
where are these kids' parents? Like, how are they always having parties?
Mine was a sweet, loving parent and responsible. She was just had too many duties, and I took
Yeah.
advantage of that. It wasn't like, yeah, have at it, kids.
Right.
She was like, God damn it, stop it. What
I
the
know what
fuck?"
you're doing. I saw the flyer. Can you stop
She's
telling
yeah,
people to come over?
this poor lady. One time we had I think I've told this story before, but it's worth retelling. We had a NOS tank, and we're slinging nitrous oxide.
Okay.
The balloons? No?
Okay, yeah.
My buddy brought over a tank, and then he left it there because he got fucked up, and the night was over, left his tank, and he wanted it back, and I wasn't home, but my mom was, and he stopped by, and then didn't tell me. And then my mom goes, "Oh, your friend Eric came by to pick up his diving tank." And I was like, "Oh." I was like, good excuse, though, because it worked. And she thought he was a scuba diver. And it's like, that's nitrous oxide.
I love that.
I was like, "Oh." When you get that, like, God damn it. And then you're like,
gonna get in trouble.
It worked.
Like, yes, diving. He loves to dive.
Yeah. He's a spear fisherman. Fucking shit, man.
I might start diving as well, mother.
Yeah. Yeah, take a hit. You don't even have to be underwater to feel it. God, NOS is the worst. Hey, kids, if you're listening, don't do NOS. It just fries your fucking brain. You grew up in Vegas.
I just drank a lot.
Speaking of frying your brain, no, that always trips me out. I went so goddamn much. I kind of grew up
Vegas?
there. My dad loves Vegas, so we would go 2-3 times a year. Mm-hmm.
What does he play?
He loves the ponies, but he just likes gambling. He just loves
just like anything
Vegas.
with, yeah.
Yeah. He loves the ponies, loves the horse races, and he'll do poker and blackjack. He does it all, but mainly
he just likes the feeling of winning.
Yeah.
Which is the worst. It's like that's
he's good at
how
it.
they get you.
Yeah.
He's good at it.
He is. He's made he
I always question the people that made. I'm like, they have no idea how much they've lost because you only remember that it's for the feeling. It's not for the money.
I agree
right? He's
with
not
you.
like a billionaire from
No,
Vegas.
but
no one really walks out and like, look at my mansion at home. It's the feeling that you get telling your friends like, oh, I just won so much money.
Now he's like a calculated, somewhat professional gambler.
Or he breaks even.
Yeah, he got he got laid off like 30 years ago and just never
went back.
And
so he's been managing.
Yeah.
That's so much pressure. I'll just go to work at that point.
No, he's good at it. He's good at it. It's just what he does.
And he's not stressed out with it. He likes it.
No. My dad is the expert at putting in the minimal amount of effort and energy for the maximum result. Mm-hmm. And I like that and respect that. But I also want to just put in that much more work.
Right.
Not too much more. I don't know. It's like everyone's like, work. I'm like, oh.
No. I mean, let's say we're comics. Like, we're not.
Yeah, that's not work.
We're not really the kind of people that are like.
No, but I know what you mean. Like, most people just gamble the house away, and it's crazy. And I know
Well, and a lot of people lose, and then they don't remember or they don't count that into their winnings.
Yeah, they're
and
up 12 G's, but they lost 11.
How much did you lose? Yes.
So you mean you're up 1 G?
Yeah.
That's a big fucking difference, dude. Yeah, those guys are crazy. I don't understand it. I don't like gambling.
That was always like, I'm still shocked by the amount of money I've seen people lose just on the table.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I saw one guy, I remember at the time I was nannying, and he put down like a $25,000 chip. He just like lost it, and I was like, that's my salary for the year. Like, you could have just passed that right over to me.
Yeah.
I was so mad. I was like, how do you do that?
It's fucked up. I cannot.
It's upsetting.
I will get an ulcer.
You get you literally just take it. It's gone. That's it from one hand.
Have you guys seen Las Vegas? It was built off you.
I don't think they know that.
Losing all of your money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. Like, I will literally gamble budgets $100.
Yeah.
And if I lose 8, I'm like, oh, that was a number 2 at In-N-Out. Like, I can't. I worked too hard for that. I had to print out the T-shirt, buy the printer.
Mm-hmm.
No,
it's upsetting. It's just, especially when it's just that one
But
don't know.
if I'm up like $30, I'm like,
It's like,
hey!
yeah, that's how you know it's the feeling.
Steaks on me. Hey!
Yeah, it's the best feeling.
Did I say steaks? I mean hot dogs.
This isn't gonna last me that long.
Vegas went up in prices. So you know what's up. I've been going there since I was in my mother's womb, literally. Everything sucks now. They charge for parking.
Yeah.
When I was
all
a
the
kid,
stuff
it was free.
that was good was like so good. Like moving here, it was so hard.
Yeah.
Just coming here, like everything, traffic, parking, all that stuff. And it was always like Vegas is so easy. And now that's all changing.
The traffic
There's
sucks.
now there you gotta pay for parking. It's hard to park. I'm like, what the hell is this place?
I think COVID may have helped that out a little bit.
What, the parking?
Yeah, just them going
maybe.
free parking because it's like we need anybody. We're hurting.
Right.
Because when I went,
Where do you stay when you go?
I went with Brittany Schmidt. You're on that show, the boat show.
Yeah.
We went to one hotel and they didn't charge, and I was shocked. I was like, "Oh shit,
Yeah.
we're back,
We're back. Vegas is back.
we're
baby.
back to freebies."
Yeah.
You're like, "I'm gonna tip the valet."
But you weren't you didn't go to clubs.
No, I did a little bit.
That's what I did. I did all the clubs.
A little bit. My club area was like Tangerine and the rooftop one with the Pussycat Dolls at Caesar's Palace. What was that called? Allure? No.
No. Oh,
what
come
was that
on.
called?
I used to always get that stamp right here.
Yeah. That was the
It
first.
was on top of where
It was cool.
Pure and then
Pure.
Pure was in Caesar's Palace, but it wasn't the Pussycat Dolls. That was a
That was
different one.
up
That
top.
was up top.
That's changed name. This is when I was 22.
What was that
This
name?
was 14 years ago.
I mean, they've changed. They just all they do is change the name, and then everyone's like, "Have you been here?" And you're
It's
like,
they
they just changed
the white
name.
chair to red.
Right.
It's the same
but
fucking
it seems
club.
so much cooler.
Yeah.
And then it's like this grand opening.
Yeah.
That's their trick. I'm like, wait.
That was the first time I've ever experienced bottle service and that whole shit.
Just such a load of shit.
It's so weird. Like girls
so
would line
dumb.
up and then you'd be like, "Yeah, come sit with us."
And then we would take the drink and then we'd walk away.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
The guys would spend, I would always feel so bad. Guys would spend so much money on those tables, and like a lot of them could not afford it. Like that's not something that
Those were my friends.
that they should
I
be
never
doing.
chipped in much. That's why I never was that sad. I was like, "Here's 50."
Yeah, there's like
You're the baller.
There's
What do
like
you want
40 guys with like a table like this
Yeah.
big, and there's like a bottle. And they're like, "You guys want to come to my table? We just spent all of our rent."
Everyone just gets a nightcap,
Yeah.
and they're just like, "This club
My
sucks."
friend would literally just walk in and she'd pour us drink. She'd start passing the drinks like back to us,
Yeah.
and then she'd just top it and then leave. We were like,
Yeah, it's fucked up.
it's so stupid.
Clubbing is the worst thing
Worst.
ever.
That's all I knew though.
I know. That's all. Like,
That's that was like what we did. Like that's,
I was a dive bar guy, but when we did go to clubs, the rare occasions in Vegas or Hollywood,
yeah.
it was pay hundreds of dollars and yell in someone's ear this
Yeah.
far away because the DJ's playing it too loud.
Yeah.
And you're
no
just
one
like,
talks. No one has like a
Yeah.
conversation.
Where are you from? Oh,
Yeah.
Cool. Can I suck your
shit.
titties?
I was like vodka soda.
You're like, no, I said titties.
Two limes. 2 limes.
All right, I'll suck your lime. God, and it's just like hook up, but you can't even. You're just yelling at sweaty, trying to. It's just dance.
We just went to get drunk. We just went to get drinks, and then we like left.
Yeah. Well, you're from there. Like if you're visiting, it's
Right.
more like, ooh, let's.
Right.
You're
right.
like, I live down the street. I don't. I ain't going home with you,
You're like,
fool. I'm fucking...
Free drinks.
Yeah, that actually would have been fun as hell. But then what's crazy is like in hindsight, you're like, at that time that was the most fun shit ever. And
Right.
now looking back, you're like, man, that was awful.
It was awful.
Isn't that
Like I didn't.
weird?
It's like you don't know who you are at that age, so you're just like walking through the club, just like trying to be cute and like sexy, and you're just like you're not even talking. You're just like, I hope people are really thinking I'm hot. It's like a lot of duck face.
They're just looking at the bill going.
They're really nobody cares. Like, and it's so dark. It's just like, what is happening?
Yeah.
And then you leave and you're like, I think I was hot.
Some poor girl always rolls her ankle.
I think. Yes, it's a disaster.
Me and my buddy were on Molly at some club. I don't even remember. I remember seeing Ryan Dunn of Jackass before he passed. And I was just all fucked up. I'm like, oh man, I love you, dude. But he was cool as shit. Shook his hand. I don't know if I got a photo. It's on an old camera if I do.
Yeah, and that was the other exciting. Yeah, seeing like celebrities was like,
yeah,
and just getting pictures. That was like the biggest thing is getting photos with these celebrities, and then just like,
yeah. And
putting
now
them,
you're like,
putting them on MySpace and being like, this is my celebrity album.
Now you don't give a shit about that.
No, you don't want a picture with anyone. You don't want to be the loser that's like, can we get a picture? I'm like, I'm amateur.
Yeah.
Dumb little girl. I have so many.
I know. We have 100. It's like you judge people that do it, and then you look at your Rolodex. You're like, oh,
I literally had
hey.
I had an album on MySpace to show people.
They're losers. My album's cool. See, they're enjoying it.
Like David Hasselhoff. Do you have this picture?
Sweating.
It's like D-list.
So when we were at the club in Vegas, we went like a group of guys, group of girls, and we just get shit faced and split up. And then me and my buddy were rolling, and then we see one of the girls that was not rolling, and she went on her adventure. We went on ours,
right.
And she was like sitting on the steps crying because she rolled her ankles in her heels.
In the heels.
But we were so fucked up on Molly that we didn't
help her.
And we were like, oh yeah, that sucks. And then we just left her. She's like, you asshole. And it wasn't being a dick. It wasn't intentional. It just was like, I'm on Molly. I'm dancing. Like, I can't help you.
Yeah.
And she's like, you guys are such dicks. And she's like, I couldn't walk.
God,
I was like, I was on Molly, all right? The beat was jumping.
Yeah, nothing serious.
I was like, oh, your ankle hurts.
It's like
That's
tears
hilarious.
coming down her face.
You're like, have you rubbed your hands like
Water
this?
is on your face. There's water. You're sweating a lot from your eyes. I'm going to go dance now.
You're like, just breathe the air. It's so nice. Oh, man. Whoopsie.
No.
Sorry about that.
That's what I'm jealous of, though. The people like that go to clubs now, the style for women now is like tennis shoes. They can wear fucking tennis shoes.
Oh my God, you're bringing back all these memories. That's forgot.
That's very upsetting.
I wore kangaroos, sneakers.
Okay.
Cool. They got a little pocket on the side. You put drugs. Cool. They're called kangaroos.
And women, we had to wear heels.
They wouldn't let me in. And then we did the ghetto trick of homie went in first, took his shoes off, sent him back out. I wore his shoes, went in, gave his shoes back. That also worked.
Yeah.
But
no one ever looks at anyone's feet in the club.
That's
like it doesn't. It's
stupidest.
so dumb. It's so dark again. Like, what are we doing?
The goons are going to get in no matter what. They're going to buy the shoes. They're going to sneak them in. Just let them in. They got money. Let the goons in.
We didn't even attempt to wear like tennis shoes or something. We just always wore. And now girls are like, it's cute. It's like the style. I'm like, oh, you're so fucking lucky.
You're like, I hiked 2 miles in these heels.
You don't know what I went through to maybe look cool.
Yeah. You don't know what I look
You have no idea.
To be 4 inches taller. To make the short guys
no
feel
reason.
even worse.
It's all so dumb.
Las Vegas. Are we done with Vegas? Before we move on,
I've been done with Vegas.
Yeah, I've been done. All right, let's move on. I want to talk about. I don't really remember the exact moment. Who were we talking about with this? Because we started together, right?
Yeah, and I was thinking about that. I'm like, I don't know. Did I start before you? I feel like I met you with Tamer. You were hanging out with Tamer, and I know Tamer was started before us.
He was like a year ahead of us.
Right.
So you're like 8 years stand up, right? 7, 8 years.
This would be year 10. I skipped last year.
Is it 10 years? That was not 10 years ago, Jerry Katzman's class.
Yeah. For mine, I think it was 2012. Is that good math?
That's 8 years. Yeah,
9.
2012, 9. I don't know. I don't keep dates. Everyone has, like, Dean Del Rey posted his stats of how many minutes
Because
he's
Dean
done,
Del Rey
how
is
many
like-
sets he's done.
'Cause
You
he-
asked me what year I started.
He
I'm
goes
like,
he would go every night. He like made that.
no, I know, but
which we didn't do.
No,
I mean,
we
we didn't
did
write
that.
it down.
we didn't. We just. I just wish I kept track. Like that's such
Me
a cool
too.
thing.
That
Be
is
like,
cool.
I've been on stage 3,000 times.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I have no idea.
I'm like 1,000, 5,000. I don't
Yeah,
know.
and I'm not good with numbers, so it's
Yeah.
like, who knows?
Yeah, I think 2012 was Jerry's class. Oh yeah, it's 2021. Duh, 9 years. 9 years. Holy shit balls. And I don't think we were in the same class, but we were of
weren't,
the same.
but
Jerry
somehow-
Katzman.
Did you only
teaches-
take it? What you only took it?
I took it 2
once.
times. Once fucked up, once sober. I never felt like I fit in.
and you still don't.
I still don't. Were you in that class?
No.
I did the opening.
Oh no, but I heard about it.
Yeah.
I heard about it, and I'm like, of course.
What do you want me to bite the bullet for?
You can't even you can't give someone like you rules.
Yeah.
Especially like you're the kind of person that hears rules and you're like, I could follow them, but now that you gave me
I
them,
could be respectful.
that's actually something I want to do. But
What's fucked up, I don't know if it's subconscious or self-sabotage, what you just said. Like, okay, don't
yeah,
talk about tucking your dick in and your...
then you only talk about that.
And
thing
then
that
I'm
can't-
like, you
yeah.
mean you want me to talk about that first?
So all I can think about is this one thing that I
Yeah.
have to say.
Yeah, so that happened. First of all,
That's
it's
all right.
just...
I heard you were really funny.
Yeah, I killed. Let's clear the air. Jerry Katzman was my mentor and helped teach me stand-up, as well as many, many other extremely talented persons.
Same.
And if you are in the Los Angeles area and you need...
He's the best teacher.
He's the best teacher
He's the best.
of stand-up, for sure.
There's no question.
Absolutely no question. With that being said, some of his classrooms, they were...
Well, I think that's just who you are.
I
You're
ju-
not a, like I said, you're not a rule.
Yeah. And then I love him, forever grateful. He reached out to me very recently, maybe like 3 weeks ago, to he's still teaching classes just over Zoom, to open up his Zoom show. He's like, hey, you want to open it up and go first for a brand new class of students.
Which are brand new, right? So like what he kind of wants is like more, just like easing them in.
Yeah.
And then
Basically, he wanted 5 minutes of old Trader Joe's jokes, warm him up,
Yeah, of stuff that is like
And
not
and I didn't do that.
and he
And I talked about smoking heroin and my dick hole closing up. And then he's like, it was all on Zoom. And he's like this, like oh shit. Like,
the new kids are like, but
yeah, the new kids are like, what's happening?
yeah.
And
Who
Jerry's
is this?
like, oh shit. And then I'm a comic and I call him out and be like, don't shake your head at me, Jerry. You hired me. And just, so it was funny. It was so funny. I was like,
You know who I am.
I think that's what I said. I was like, you know who you hired. You know who I am. And it was hilarious. But like, I know that it may have not been how he wanted to open and
that's
set
why
the
I
tone
did
of
it. Yeah.
It was funny though. Bottom line.
Yeah.
It
Well,
killed.
You're
It
always
killed.
funny.
Wasn't what you wanted, Jerry. I'm sorry.
I like to never be asked back.
No, it was, but the reason he's about, like, he texts me, he's like, love you, love the new stuff. And I know I will not be invited back, but he sent a positive, loving.
Yeah, because whatever you say is funny.
Yeah.
That's not the problem.
Anyways.
But
Yeah.
it's like picking the right jokes for anything is like, but I don't think you do that. You're not the kind, you're just like this, which I admire. I want to do more of that. I feel like I'm always like,
I've said that to the audiences many of times when we don't click. I go, this is what I have, people. There's nothing else. So you get on board or that's it.
yeah. No,
'Cause-
I try to tailor it. I'll try to tailor like whatever jokes I have to whatever I'm looking at so that I can be like relatable.
Sometimes I wish I could.
No, then I regret it. Then I'm like,
yeah.
why did I do that? Such a sellout. I'm not even making money, and I'm a sellout.
But like, so if I have a show like that, I'd be like, okay, you should do this. This is the wise move. This is a smart move. You should. I'll double down and go the opposite direction and just sweat and struggle and be like, you said to do
sabotage
this.
yourself.
This path. This is better. And you went down there.
I've done that sometimes where if I think of a joke before and I'm like, that will not work. That's like the only joke that I can remember in that moment. And I'm like, we're telling it because you don't have anything else in your brain because you just can't.
It's fucking
you can't remember
gnarly.
It. But it's because I can't remember. It's more, I'm not trying to do it.
Yeah.
You're trying to do it. You're like, not that one. That one they'll be pleased by that one.
So that was, who was in your class? Anybody that still does it?
My very first class, Jake Nordwin was in my class.
Oh, nice.
Shelby Bond.
Nice. Love him.
I'm trying to think of who else was in the class that still does it. I can't think of who else was.
Mine that still do it. Dave Gregory.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know if he still does it. He's got bad.
So then
bum leg.
You are a year after me. You're a year right after me.
Mm.
Because I know Dave started right after me.
Yeah, and then I don't even remember who was in my class.
I know, it's hard. We're like the worst. Just two people like, I'll remember these things after the.
I gotta look it up.
The whole podcast is us being like, I don't remember.
I've had people like Jack Jr., who we just saw. He was at our showcase, and he's like, "You guys started together. It was very, very close."
Yeah,
and he'd be like, "Oh, I remember that class." And then. Yeah, I've looked up the date of that show like 19 times, and I'm just...
We can't. Yeah.
Can't.
Same.
I finally screenshot it, favorited it, so at least it's easily accessible. You don't understand. I've been on like 2 or 3 different nights trying to figure out these dates. Like, when was it?
Yeah.
Figured it out.
And then you can't remember
and then
it. We're
forget it.
We're the same person.
A year later, do it again. Like going through files and Facebook
I have
memories.
so many favorites and photos just
Yeah.
because of like those things where I'm like,
oh, yeah.
I can't remember, but I know it's in my favorites.
Yeah.
On my phone.
God, what a crazy time. Starting out in stand-up. If you're starting out right now, oh man, good luck.
I feel like we could say that for even if it wasn't like this.
Well,
It's
the pandemic makes it's already the hardest thing ever. And the pandemic, like I know people that are starting during the pandemic and like moved
like
here.
on Zoom shows?
Yeah, doing Zoom mics, doing illegal like COVID mics. Yeah,
I mean,
that's harder and less of it. It's all hard.
Yeah, it's all just so
It's all so hard.
It's hard for me to say it's harder.
Good.
Like sitting here thinking like,
No,
it
it's still
feels Zoom
hard.
shows still feel like open mics.
Yeah, they
Right?
all.
So it's still like they're doing that, but just at home, and at least they're already home.
There's a couple like just illegal open mics that just operate, never shut down, and just no mask, and they don't give a fuck. And I mean, that's bad for COVID, but like the comic in me was like, yeah, you keep going, guys.
Just do it.
You fucking get good at stand up no matter what, no matter if you kill your mother. You get good at it. That's fucked up. It's jokes. Anyways.
It's okay, guys.
It's okay. Oh, it's scary.
I always feel bad because I always like I feel like I discourage people from going forward with stand up
because we've been through
Isn't
it.
it hard to like tell someone go for it, even though like we went, you know what I mean? Like, but I just remember everything I went through, like when they're telling me that, and I'm like, oh shit,
Yeah.
like good luck.
And
by remember, I just know pain. Like I just feel the pain of like.
It hurts.
It hurts so bad.
I've done like every form of advice though. I've literally written like, don't do it. It's too much.
Mm-hmm.
It's too much hurt. It sounds fucking exaggerated, but you don't get it. If you can have your soul, not your mind, your fucking being continuously crushed repeatedly over 10 to 20 years, then do it. And if you can't.
But see, that's like when you started, did anyone ever explain it to you like that? Did anyone ever say like what you just said to an upcoming comic?
No.
Because I don't remember anyone. I remember faces of people that were like knew I was delusional, but like they wouldn't tell me that. And I remember thinking, like, looking back at them, like, this is, like, I got it.
Yeah.
Like, so stupid.
Always, every new person, too. Check out my stuff. 3 months in. Like,
I did
hey,
that, though. I
hey,
did that.
Don't do that.
I know.
Don't do what she did.
I remember winning at the haha because I brought people. And I was like, I would tell, like, big comics.
I won a comedy
I was like,
contest.
no, yeah, I just won at the haha.
The audience was all my family.
I was dead serious. Like, I was like, yeah, I got it.
The winning vote was my mother.
Yeah.
No big deal.
I brought the whole audience. Like, we all lived in North Hollywood, but, like, I'm with you.
I know, just having no clue. Inviting seasoned comic veterans. Like, you should do this bringer show. In the belly room. Like, you're there like,
I have
on
so
TV,
many of those.
son. I'm like, oh. The advice to brand new comics, just keep your mouth shut and ears open. Just watch what's working on other comics. Like, obviously don't copy their act.
Just do what they're doing on stage.
Just go research old Jim Gaffigan specials, write it down, redo
see
it.
If anyone notices.
No one will. Just see, observe.
It's just doing it. It's really just doing it. But it's hard to encourage someone to do it when like it's just so hard.
Oh, that's what I forgot. All the different advices. I've literally said, like, do it, don't do it.
Yeah.
Get on stage. And then I've given like a novel, like blueprint.
Same. But then I feel bad because I'm like, am I the person that they're going to talk about later? Like they're going to make it and then they'll be like, well, she told me not to do it. Or, you know, cause I'm like, I don't want to discourage someone.
I don't want to discourage anyone.
Anybody can do it. It's coming from like so much pain that you're telling someone not because of their talent. And I always feel like I'm like, oh, did I just?
It's just. Yeah, did I just crush someone's dream?
By being like, no, you loser. You think you can do this?
I should have like a drafted just response. Copy and paste. Like, here's
we'll put it in our favorites.
Yeah, exactly.
Here you go.
Well, because what happens is like the people I have helped and wrote out like, okay, here's what you got to do. You got to do this. These are just suggestions. There are no rules. Mm-hmm. I always get mad. I'm like, was that just some asshole that's never really going to do it and just wanted to ask me a question? Right.
The worst is giving like all this advice to someone that just
was that
like,
the next
thanks.
thing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing that I always say is just to take Jerry's class. That's the only thing I say. Yeah. I'm like, that's the only way that I know.
Oh, that's what Jack Jr. He asked us, did it really help? I'm like, yeah,
because
bro.
Jack Jr.'s been trying to take that class since like 1986. I feel like he has
he?
Yeah, he can't get in.
Really?
Yes.
That's so funny.
And I feel like he sees like, you know, if anybody makes it from that class, he's like, does it help? Should I really take it?
It's a good class.
It is
he doesn't
a great
need
class.
That class. He's been
but
doing
I think he thinks he does.
It is good just to classes are good. First of all, even though Jerry's the best, you don't need to. You can do it without a class, but it's just a longer, harder path. I couldn't have
done it
without it. It gives you a little support system, a group, friends, writing groups, which are extremely important.
Like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You understand how to write.
Yes.
But there's comics that start without it that like I thought were never going to be good, and they just learn a different way, you know?
Yeah, I needed it because I needed structure. So you don't always need it, but
structure and a little bit of like babied, where you're like kind of like you don't know what stand up really is.
And he's good, man. He's great.
Yeah.
So like I think for me, someone explained it is like you're just searching around in the dark, you know, and the classroom is just kind of like a flashlight.
Mm-hmm. And it hurts so much even with the flashlight. Yeah. So it's like. You might want to use the flashlight. You
hit your head on everything.
Yes.
No matter what.
Doesn't matter if you have a flashlight. Sometimes the batteries don't work and you're just.
Yeah. And now I've just been giving them the get on stage. There's no shortcuts. There's nothing you could do, you know.
I know, but it literally sounds like someone's dying. What you just
get
said.
On stage.
Sounds like they have cancer.
Yeah. You're gonna
Just
suck
keep-
for 2 to
just-
10 years.
There's nothing you can
never
do.
make it.
You're probably gonna do
You may make money at
I
it
just want to have a positive.
in 12 years. You may make $8,000 a year in 10 years. So you should.
I mean,
it.
maybe. It's always funny when you get like a big chunk of money. It's really not a big chunk. You haven't had any money for years.
Yeah.
It doesn't even make up for 1 year. You know what I mean? It's always like, what?
I probably now I'm just breaking even of all the money
Oh,
and
I'm
time.
definitely
no,
not.
I'm still in the negative when I just said time. I was like, time.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Brutal. Stand up, guys. It's so
You
easy.
guys should try it.
You should try it.
Just get out there.
It's so crazy how lucky and hard you have to work to be a fraction of success. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just to leave the state.
But it's similar to gambling, though. It's the feeling.
It feels
Bring it back.
good. It
It
does.
feels so good when you win, when you do well. It's just like there's nothing else that feels like that.
I did. We're gonna talk about it. It's all right. Statute of limitations. I accidentally broke into an apartment, like my old. So
Is this recent?
this was yesterday. Statute of limitations are. Nah, it's not that bad. But I used to rent this old apartment. You know, I moved here and I was subleasing it, and I gave it up. I returned the keys. I still have the mail key. I couldn't turn in the keys because I had COVID, but anyways, I'm there collecting mail.
Okay.
So I open the mailbox. I have like important tax documents. Thank God I still had the mail key. And then I look into my old apartment, which is completely empty, and I see the pull-up bar where I had my pull-up bar. I was like, oh shit. Like,
I
I forgot that.
Right.
I still have the key. Nothing's in there. No furniture,
Yeah,
no
one's
bed,
in
no
there.
nothing.
Right.
I open the door. I look to the right. The closet door that I then can now see in is just full of women's clothing. And then I go, I get that gut wrenching. I was like, oh shit, like someone lives here.
There's
and
a woman in here.
I hurry and shut the door. And then, someone moved in, and this is, I took my pull-up bar with me. It wasn't my pull-up bar. My pull-up bar's in my garage. So I just
So you
saw.
stole her.
No, I was this
She only
close.
had women's clothing and a pull bar, and you stole the one other thing. One out of the two things that she owned.
How funny was that? Had the closet door been closing, I would not have seen the clothes, and I would have stolen someone's pull-up bar, and they would have just been like, I could have sworn.
Wait, so did you take it?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. So then
I took one step in, saw the clothing, went, and
thought
then
you
I
still
shut the.
took-
No, I almost stole someone else's pull-up bar out of their apartment.
right. At least it wasn't
On
the clothes.
accident, like
Yeah.
complete, like I went, and I kept the mail key, threw away the house keys. I wanted to like leave them like for them, and I was like, no, that's weird.
so creepy. Let me
I
just
was like,
slip this in her
Let's
jacket.
just throw these house keys away.
It's so scary.
And I kept the mail key.
Sorry, I came in here.
It's, hey, you in the shower there? I'm just returning
My
your
bad.
keys.
Luckily, I didn't steal your pull-up bar.
And I'm just like, what an idiot! You took your pull-up bar home. It's in your garage in the corner. But I just like saw it. I was like, oh no! Like, and it wasn't even like I wanted it. It was like I didn't want to leave anything for the new person and get in trouble by property management. You know, like I didn't use the
Right.
thing. You've seen my arms.
I really need that pull-up bar.
Yes.
There is something too when you see something that you haven't used in a while, and you're like, and someone else has it. You're like, I have that. I need that back.
I need that.
So I think there's
back.
probably
I haven't used
a
that
little
or
bit
missed
of that
that
in
in
you. You're
6
like-
months.
I could put that in my doorway and never use it.
I almost, it freaked me out,
didn't.
man.
I like how freaked out he is. Like, as if she's just like, no.
Well, because
problem.
I've broken into a home before on purpose,
like the idea
not on
of it.
accident. You know, that's a gut wrenching
I'm
feeling.
a terrified robber. It's just like, ah! I'm so scared.
Sorry.
There's so many nice things. I don't belong here. As he's stealing shit.
I was like, sorry, I took your silk
He's
blouse.
still really scared. Yeah.
I'm just wearing her silk clothing. Anyways.
That's fun.
My bad. That happened yesterday.
You're fine.
Yeah. Thank God I had the mail key, though. There was so many, like, tax
Did you
documents
not
in there.
reroute your mail to here?
No. I forgot. Like, how do you
How about
do
we
that?
do that?
Yeah, I should do that.
You should do that.
I still have the key. Forward your mail, everybody.
Or else you could steal a pull-up bar. You know how that goes.
If you don't, you
It's
get
either
some pretty sweet
you all of a
blouses.
sudden see stuff that you think is yours.
You're like, oh, wow. Oh, man. I can't believe I did. And I actually broke into the apartment prior to this. But I was subleasing it
Just
to a
kidding.
friend, and it was to take a shit there because I was going to shit in the street. And
And it was your friend, so that's fine.
yeah, but he didn't know, and
Now he does.
I didn't tell him. Sorry, Darius. I mean, I think I told him now. I was like, I took a shit.
So how do you like this apartment
I love it.
more than the other?
I
one?
hope the previous tenant
Yeah,
doesn't
and
have the
like-
key. No, this is the best. You moved to the beach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Are you like close?
We're like 5 minutes from the beach.
Nice.
Yeah.
And you're just saying you're not even a beach person?
No, I don't really like the beach.
You're like, I
Just
hate
so
it.
I've been liking it more because of COVID, because that's like the only place you can
Yeah.
go. But I don't like sand. I don't
Sand?
I don't like the whole like
It's annoying.
all of it's annoying.
It never quits.
It's an event to go to the beach. Like, you basically pack up everything you own and then you truck it over to the beach and then you bring it back with a bunch of sand. It's just, it's a lot. And my husband grew up at the beach, so his whole family's like, oh, it's a good day. The weather's good. We have to. And I'm like, no.
No. You're like, let's go to
If
Vegas.
it's a good day, all the plans, like whatever you had planned is done. Like, you're not doing that.
You're like, no, I want to go to Rogers Garden.
You have to go to the beach.
Fuck that beautiful
And
ocean.
it's never that nice of a day, too.
It's all gloomy.
It's always like, it's still cold, and
The
they'll go in the
marine
water
layers.
and shit, and I have like a million sweatshirts and blankets, and I'm like, yeah, it's a great day, guys.
Dude, there's people out here
Yeah,
when
but-
it's sunny that just go in the water. I'm like, you guys, it's still ice water.
It's freezing.
And they're just swimming. And I'm literally screaming, doing the polar plunge, going, ah.
But they're used to it. I don't like it.
Despite, like, I love the beach.
What do you love about it?
It's just so pretty. But I also, like, I'm a
Pretty.
hybrid. Like, when I moved to Hollywood, I would go to the beach once or twice a year.
Right.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
not
it's 'cause
really a beach person, because if I was, I would make it happen. But once it's not convenient,
So now that it's convenient.
I go all the time. It's
Really?
so pretty. Sand is annoying, and it's an ongoing battle, and there's you
I
don't win.
saw one of
You
your
don't
stories where your niece or nephew was putting sand on your shoe,
Yeah.
and I got so anxious. I'm like, why is he just letting them?
Yeah, I threw those away.
I was so upset. I was like, it made me mad. I'm like, how are you just like, I don't
It's sand.
no.
I still
On
hate
your
it.
shoe, and then it was like getting in your socks, and I'm like, what are you gonna do now?
What was
You know how
worse
long
is
it's gonna take to get all of that out?
it's still in there. You
See?
just give up. You surrender. You're like,
No,
well,
you don't.
some shoes
My
have
nieces will
sand
be
in
at the
it.
beach, and they're like, Nina, come help me build a sandcastle. I'm like, Nina doesn't go. Nina
No.
doesn't do that. Ask somebody else.
What's worse is she had these little bag of Keebler chocolate cookies, the white cookie with the stripes, you know. Oh, that's good. And then I went to eat one, and she's a dirty little kid, so there was sand
Full
on
of
it. And then
sand.
I just went,
Yeah.
and I was like,
disgusting.
oh, I just eating sand.
Sand gets
now.
everywhere. There's just
And I got sand in my teeth, and now I have to floss.
exactly. It's so gross. And kids will just eat the sand, like,
Yeah, how do you do that? She'll drop it in the sand,
and then pick
pick
it up and eat it. Yeah.
I'm like, that's ruined, Mila. I know you're 2. And
And
I'm
everyone's like, oh, they'll learn. I'm like, they're just gonna learn to eat sand because there's sand on everything. Like, they're
Yeah.
not gonna like figure out how to like. They're kids.
they don't give a shit. Maybe that's why they have all their minerals.
I don't like it.
So yes and no, I am a beach guy, but like, I know people that no matter where they live, they'll just make time for the beach. I'm like, it's fucking
Those
far.
are true. Those are true beach people.
Yeah, but when you live close, it's right there. I go on beach walks a lot. I'll wear shoes, just get them sandy. You just got to give up. Who cares?
Then you,
cares?
I care. I'm very OCD though. I like everything like very.
Yeah.
Sand is just dirt.
I like dirt. It's romantic.
Dirt is not romantic. Your girlfriend just pops in and she's like, romantic.
She's like, what?
I think you're confused.
I'm telling you, like, you gotta rub some dirt on your husband.
Get a little Vaseline, some dirt.
Put a little Vaseline and dirt on his nuts. He'll be happy camper.
Next level.
You're like, he'll leave me. Like, who the fuck told you
Valentine's Day is coming up, folks.
that? You're like, I did Craig's podcast, and I just thought,
I thought this was a good thing.
Yeah. Yes. I'm out of ideas. This is where I rely on you to carry my podcast now.
I feel like I've been carrying it for a while. This is my
I've
podcast
been asking
now.
questions. I've been doing
I
good
feel like-
with you. Sometimes I don't know what happens to me. I freeze up.
Did you do this to everyone or just me?
Oh, everyone.
Oh, okay.
You got a good dose. I'm asking you questions. I'm talking.
I think when we replay this, you're going to see me asking a lot of these questions,
You should
guys.
see the episode.
You're going to see me bringing up a lot of stuff that he didn't bring up.
What did I do? I don't know. You should
We both forgot.
I know.
It doesn't really matter.
You should see the episode with me and Joe Maurice. Oh man,
It was awful.
two cavemen. We were just like,
me love sand. You
so awkward.
romantic
It's hilarious.
sand.
Romantic.
That is hard though. I have been on podcasts that like I maybe don't gel with the person and then it's just very uncomfortable and I'm like, it's your podcast. Make it fun for me. It's so bad because I'm like, it's not me bringing you on. Like you need to like
I should have
figure
some
it out.
basic questions. Just
That
in
you
the
don't
chamber.
remember.
Well, I did. I said you're from
I'm
Vegas,
kidding.
and we started together, and me and Ari Manis. I love him. He's my good friend. I text and we're buds.
And you guys could've-
And every podcast we've ever done together is the biggest train wreck, dumpster
Why?
fire. I don't know. I think because he's playing games with me and I know it. I'm like, hey, I'm your friend. You don't do that to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's
So
like
you
he's
guys
always
just
in
sit there?
character. I don't know, but I've done his podcast twice and he's done mine once. And all three of them
Are
are
just trash.
so awkward. So awkward.
And you're friends? That is weird.
Well, fans do like it though. Be like, this was the most, it's kind of like
The real, yeah. maybe
the
it's
train
so
wreck
real.
you watch.
Yeah.
So it's like, this is awkward.
Yeah.
Jason
Why-
Chaney was a good buddy of mine where it got so awkward. I'm like, we love each other. Why is it going there? And he just
but those are fun to listen to.
Yeah.
Like when people aren't getting especially when it's like people you're like, why can't they
Yeah.
talk?
You'll get two like reactions from fans like, dog, like why is that so weird? And then other people are like, oh my god, that was the coolest.
Yeah,
most
that
awkward.
is true. It's just like anything. You like the
They make
dirt of
TV
it. You
shows
like the
out
ones
of
that are
it,
bad.
of like just look at the English version of The Office, just awkward, and that tall guy with glasses. Hey ladies, is that what it's called? Where he tries to hit on ladies?
Stephen Merchant.
Yeah. He did a show about women hitting on women. What's it called?
Hello, ladies.
Hello ladies. That whole show was about the dynamic of me and Ari. Just awkward. I know it's between him and ladies, but it's just
Those are my favorite stuff too, though. I like
it's
watching
so
stuff
fun.
on.
You can't fake
I
it
always
either.
listen to Candace Thompson's podcast, and anytime she has someone on there with that like they don't gel, I'm like, I'll hit her up and I'll be like, oh, that was so
Yeah.
weird. What happened?
She's like, first of all,
She's like, I don't know.
yeah, I love
And
her.
yeah, she's
She's
great.
awesome.
She's so funny. But I love, and it's like people we know too, so then it's like extra juicy. I like gossip in general. It's just like my favorite thing.
All right, now you got me in my head. Like, come
You
up
don't
with like
gossip.
a good question.
You're not a gossiper. I've noticed that about you.
Yeah.
Which is so annoying.
It's bad.
Like those people make me so mad because it's like and I'm not doing it to be mean. I just like to gossip. It's just
It's
fun.
kind of fun sometimes, but
you never participate, and then I just don't. I don't gossip around Craig because he's always like
it's bad business.
he's like one of those people that shuts it down, and you're like, you're so like, who
It's bad business.
cares?
Vibrate higher.
Oh, see, I hate him. So some people hate those people that like make you feel like you're like the devil, and they're like, I actually like that person. Then get the fuck out of here. It's so fun.
It's
It's
low
so
vibes.
fun.
Low vibes.
He's so
I got a
annoying.
question.
We're gonna turn this real
I have
awkward.
a question for you. So,
Yeah.
Jessica, how does it feel to be a low vibe gossip queen?
It feels
monster
great
of a
when I'm around people that gossip.
How does
It's
it
the
feel to be a
best.
bad person? No, you're awesome. Yeah, it is. It's fun. I don't know. It's just hickory bickory, doc.
It's fun.
Hickory bickory.
I watch all reality shows. That's why I know I'm
I've
trash.
never ever
It's
watched
so great.
one.
That's what I mean. I don't care who the gossip or what the I like it so much.
I take that back. I have watched them because of my sisters.
They
and,
always blame it
and
on
girls
other
I have dated,
people.
but I have never sat there and chosen a reality TV program. Never in my
What
life.
show? You didn't like any of them? You didn't get into any of them, even a little? Like, ooh.
I mean, of course that's what they're just crack shit horrible. You get addicted.
Yeah. So which one did you get? Which one did you like? Which one did you low vibe to?
I low vibe. I really never liked any of them, and I'd always talk shit and be like, "Turn this shit off."
Yeah, you talk shit, eh? You talk shit about
this
them.
is old school
See?
though. I remember Flavor of Love being one of them.
Flavor Flav. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a good one.
Just
So
the
was,
old school
what was
VH1 where off the reality TV
What was
with
the Brett?
Peter Brady met
okay.
his girl, America's
Yeah.
Next Top Model. They watched America's
That
Next
was a
Top
good
Model.
one. What was the love one? The one with Brett? Why can't I think
Oh,
of his
Brett
name?
Eric never watched that. They didn't like that Rock of Love. or
Yeah,
something.
Rock of Love. Oh, it's so good.
They,
Yeah, I've watched all of them.
I remember they
They're
watched.
just they're awful and they're so
awful.
good.
My sisters are old school though. I remember watching like the first 2 seasons of Real World with them.
I
but
didn't
then
get to watch
never
that till
again.
way later. 'cause
Never
we didn't have
watched
cable.
Road Rules. Never. I don't know.
They're all so good.
I think
Doesn't it make you feel a little better about yourself? Watching people fuck up their lives. I remember we used to watch Jersey Shore all the time.
Oh, they watched that. Yeah. I
But
forgot
then
about that.
the last season they did or something, they came back and they were all like adults and they were like and we were still like drinking in the clubs and I started to feel real bad about myself.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh man, they're like growing up. and
Oh,
we're
Snooki
still like,
as a kid now and
yeah,
is a mentor.
and they were like doing great. And I remember looking at my friends, we were all like drunk, like eating Taco
Yeah.
Bell on the couch, and I was like, let's change it. This isn't so
is
fun
stupid.
anymore.
Let's go see what
Snooki.
Bam Margera's doing. God, he went on down a bender.
Oh, what happened to that guy?
He just went down drugs and alcohol and gained a bunch of weight after he lost Ryan Dunn. And then
And now what?
I think he tried to do another reality TV show about him getting in shape and bettering himself.
Yeah, and everyone's like, nah, we don't want to see you better
yeah.
yourself.
Yeah. Everyone's like, ooh,
We want trash.
we want you to break your leg. Break your leg, you fat fuck.
That's when you're funny.
Yeah. Oh, I watched Jackass. I guess that's reality TV. There you
The
go.
one I didn't get into.
That was the only one I loved.
That's
and
the only one I
TiVoed.
was like, that's just not funny.
Oh man, when that came out, I had this Jackass T-shirt I got from Oz.
Oh, you were all in.
I wore it.
You had their merch. You were all in.
You know when you wear it till the collar gets frayed, you know, and then people are like, "Oh, that's cool. It's it's
Vintage.
Yeah, I'm like, "Nah, this is like 8 years old, bro."
No, it's just dirty.
I rocked it until it was shreds, and I still
He's
miss
done
that
stand
shirt.
up.
Steve-O, yeah.
Yeah, I brought him up before. He's fun because he just tells
He's
stories.
fun. Yeah,
everybody wants to know about him. You know,
He's the perfect example if you're a famous fuck celebrity, how to do it, because he doesn't try to be a stand-up. He just tells you funny, entertaining stories and what you want.
Yeah.
Because you see the other
that
people
try to do stand up, and then it's awkward.
It's like you're not a stand-up, and that's fine. You want to
You're
tour.
here for a reason.
People love you. You're entertained.
Right.
So he's the perfect example.
Yeah, he was fun.
He just tells amazing, true, funny stories without trying
Making
to be
it-
like
yeah.
a fucking Chris Rock.
Right.
Where if he was trying to be a pure comic, something is wonky and
missing.
off about
Yeah.
it. Because
Yeah.
you're like, hey man, we just want to hear you talk about the old days, and then that's what he does.
Yeah.
And it's so dope.
Yeah.
And because I'm a fan, I grew up on him. I took a picture with him. I was like, couple of jackets, but he's the nicest to where it doesn't matter.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
And it it was just cool. Struck up minor bond because Stephen Randolph was there and he knows him well, and we're all sober Sallies now because of crazy shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was just fun. He's just a good dude.
Yeah, I like to stand up.
Yes. Okay. Questions.
Come on, you can do it.
No, I can't. How are you? That's my question. Hang on.
And you can't really ask that anymore.
Oh no,
How
we're
are
doing
ya?
good. It's been a solid hour. This is usually
Okay.
when I run out of gas. It's bad when I go, how long we've been rolling?
It's like
and
10
it's like
minutes.
36
Like,
minutes
I
in.
just
I'm like,
sat down, dude.
I'm like, oh. How long have we been rolling? An hour, right?
Yeah, an hour.
Oh,
Nice.
sweet.
Yeah, that was
You
good.
did it.
You didn't ask
The end is really solid.
like, have she done anything bad that changed her life?
Oh yeah, that's what have
What's
you
the
done? What have you done? No.
This is getting scary. This is your closer
No,
to all of
Just a minor theme, community service. I'm sober and shit like that. Been arrested. Getting arrested led to stand up and sobriety. Any event like that changed your life?
just going to clubs for way too long.
You're like spray tanning in Las
All
Vegas.
of Vegas.
Yeah.
Yes.
Las Vegas will do that.
Vegas. Yeah. That's why I came out here. It was like, I should probably figure something out, like, to do with my life. At
No,
25,
stand-up.
I was like, I gotta
Oh,
gotta
okay.
go.
I
No, from Vegas. You're like,
Yeah, yeah.
no, you
No, you
should do
stand up."
stand-up, Jess.
I was
Actually,
in my
it's really hard.
in my head,
Start
I want to
giving
be
you the
like, no,
speech.
but you're funny. Like some other people are like, I'm thinking about doing real estate. And you're like, yeah, you should. The funny ones, you're like, no, but you're funny. Like
I know.
you did the hard part. That's the
No, I could never
Yeah.
do it. When I tried anything, I'm like, yeah, I could have made a lot better decisions of what I picked, but then I'm like, I couldn't have picked anything else. There
No.
was nothing I could do.
there's no.
And have fun or be happy, I should
Yeah, and
say.
you got a hubby. You're good, man.
Everyone says that. You guys, I've been doing it before. I always feel like I'm like
No.
mooching off my hubby, and everybody's like, "Oh, this bitch."
No,
lives
she was
better than
doing
me."
it years before that. I'm just saying now
Like
that's
he met me, and I had my own shit together.
you know what I meant. It's
No,
just
I
a
don't.
beautiful security blanket.
Now it is nice.
Yeah.
Until it's kind of running out though, because like before I was always like, I have still like he wants to have kids, and I was always like, but my comedy, and now because of COVID, I'm like. He's like, let's do you want to have
you're
kids?
like-
I'm like, I'm painting.
You're like,
Just leave me alone.
I can't. I have 19 canceled shows right
I
now.
have things that I have to do. It's like I'm running out.
I have nothing in the books in the future
Yeah.
because the world's dark. Oh, yeah, that's funny.
It's sad.
You're like, but honey, I want to go do these Zoom open.
I'm like, I have a Zoom show at 4 p.m. Can you just let me be?
Yeah. No, I wasn't knocking it. I was just like,
I know. It's
Yeah.
my own insecurity, so I just had to yell it out.
she's
what
always
I do.
worked, always hustling, way before her
It's just
hubby.
becoming like sad.
I wish I had a hubby. No.
That
Yeah.
one's nice. It's nice to have someone believe in you. Because it's like, I'm like, are you sure?
It's the
Like, I'm
best.
I'm like,
Oh my God! But just imagine that in the beginning of anyone, a lover, a parent,
Mm-hmm.
be like, "Hey, I want you to focus 100% on stand up.
Yeah,
I
no
got
one
your
has
food
ever
and
told
bills."
us that.
No one ever does. That.
nobody.
No
So when
one's
he
ever
did it,
done
I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a lot of pressure, though. It feels like I'm like, okay. He has more confidence in me than I have. For
You're
sure.
like, I get paid like $50
I'm like, let
every
me just
now
start.
and again.
Let me just start.
This
Let me
week's
start getting gas. 'Cause I think that's all I can get right now. Let me just fill up that tank for you.
You're like, this week's eggs are on me.
Yeah. he'll be like, he'll sit me down for like a budget that we have to do, and I'm like, I literally am like, do we have to do that? Are you sure? Because
Yeah.
when I have money, like I threaten him with like what I think is going to be the future.
It
sometimes.
happens all the time though.
No, but it's so ridiculous. Like,
Look at Ali
with my
Wong.
dreams, I'm like, well, are you sure about that?
It happens. Look at Ali Wong. Ali Wong's husband was the breadwinner, maker, whatever the fuck you call it. Brought home the bacon, and then all of a sudden, bam!
Bread maker. Like
bread
that.
maker. Wow, whatever.
I like bread maker.
All of a sudden, she's making millions.
Now, is that what happened? I always thought that she.
No, well, she was always working. She's
Yeah.
always talented. But then, her first special, and
Then
she
she
launched
started to make-
as
yeah.
superstar, writing movies, in movies, specials, selling out 13 shows at the Will Turn. You know what I mean? There was definitely a shirp.
Yeah.
And not that she wasn't earning her own always. I'm just saying she's talked about it in her act. Like her man paid the bills for a while, and then all of a sudden she's like,
Yeah, but it's
who's
funny
got
when you
the big
don't
dick now?
when you don't have it and you're just like,
Yeah. No.
might happen.
That's the best if it. Oh, I've met your husband. He's the nicest dude ever.
He's the
It's the
best
best
dude
if
ever.
it's him. It's bad if they like, just some
Yeah.
asshole.
Yeah.
Like, you want to come in the house that I paid for while you're out doing your
Please.
chuckles?
Yeah.
Huh? Huh?
Did
Yeah,
any
you know what
laughs
to do.
today?
There's the
Did
apron.
those laughs fill up your account? No, they didn't. I did.
Just madmen.
Yeah.
Well, light my cigarette and hum on my balls, Dorothy. Hey, you wanted to be. I'm the breadwinner. That's how it's going to be.
Go get the Vaseline. Why do we keep bringing back Vaseline? I love Vaseline so much.
I know. You and your love for Vaseline.
Because he gets so creeped
me
out.
and my- I know, every time you say it, I'm like
he has
this.
flashbacks as a
Oh.
child, and I can like see it in his eyes.
There's so many pubes in there. It's so gross. Ask my sisters, man. Pube City. Pube City. You're
the
like,
worst.
we thought it was a chia
Ask my
pet.
sisters.
Ask my sisters.
Cube City.
Remember?
That's like the worst line ever.
Cha 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 chia.
But your sisters are cool with what you do, right?
No, they're
all
cool
like,
as shit. I got so lucky. Even though they did weird shit, like super glue my lips together. And
But like they believe in you.
yeah. Yeah, they've always been sweet and loving and caring and always came to all my shows. They just did weird, crazy shit to me as a kid.
Right, which is why you do what you do.
I forgot some of it. Some of it's in my act. I'll be bringing it back this weekend in Phoenix. But they super glued my lips together, my lips together twice. They mailed me.
Does
but
that really work?
Yeah.
Like for how long?
Until your mom slices you open with a knife.
Really?
Yeah, because I was panicking in my nose. I couldn't breathe. I was like,
How? Yeah, that's scary. How old were you?
I don't even
This
know.
was last week.
Like 5 and like 8 or something. The separate. They waited.
Separate ages.
They
Yeah.
waited enough.
So you forgot.
Yeah. Yeah. They,
That had to be while you're sleeping, correct?
no.
Oh, okay. Just let them put stuff on your lips again. Wait a minute. Not again. It's like you as an 8-year-old, like,
I told you I had a bad memory, all right?
I remember this now.
Oh, yeah, this feels familiar. That was torture. One was at my Nana's house. She's trying to, like, put my head under hot water and shit. I'm going, The other was with my mom, and she just fucking went,
She just took a knife.
Yeah.
It's like hardcore. It's like, we're not going to try anything that might work better than a knife.
hey, guys.
We're going to go straight to the thing that can definitely
How
scar you.
about take me to the hospital
Yeah.
and let the doctor do it?
No.
Fucking
Did you?
knife.
We never went to the doctor, did you?
No.
Yeah. We never.
No. They did the Three Stooges, except it
And they
works.
really
And
did.
my sister Nicole went like that, and then just blood
Ugh.
just dripped out of my nose. She's like, oh.
We didn't do anything, but we fought with words, which are
That's
I think
worse.
worse.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
we bullied each other with like some pretty
No.
shitty stuff that stuck with
They just
all of us
physically
forever.
tortured me. Yeah.
I'd rather have gotten my lips glued together.
Sometimes it's the less of the evils. Those words.
Yeah, those words will
cut
get
deep.
you. Can hear those forever.
She's like, oh.
Yeah. Those insecurities are stuck
Yeah.
with you for the rest of life.
Yeah, definitely.
Glue, meh. I'll
Yeah.
just stay away from some super glue for a while.
What else did they do? What happened to you? Nothing? Just words?
Just words.
Just words.
Man, the name calling. Oh, we would get each other. We would be. I mean, we had names for each of us that were just so mean. That are stupid now, but they're like really mean.
Yeah,
when you were
back
a
in the
kid.
day.
Yeah, my sister, she got to shave before me, so she'd always call me like Harry, like a hairy monkey. So I to this day I have like I overshave. Like I have a problem with any hair because she was always like, "You're disgusting. Like you're so hairy." And so now I'm like, I'm not hairy.
I'm not
Forever.
I got laser.
Mm-hmm.
My sisters made fun of my big feet, and still to this day, I can't wear white shoes because it like attracts
That's so
attention to my feet.
That's such a funny thing because I feel like that's such a thing that like men are like want. So
No.
it's like funny to be like, I just have really big feet as a man. You know, it's like a girl being like, my boobs are just so big. Like,
Well,
it's just like
they don't match my body. They're size 12. I'm not 6'3", all right?
See?
If I was
Still-
6'3", this is normal.
Still so funny.
You just
Just
don't.
have giant feet, ladies. So sorry.
I do.
It's a funny thing to be insecure about as a man. He's like, it hurts. I'm just making
They
it.
call
I'm
me-
making it worse.
They called me Canoe. They say I go kayaking on my skis of feet.
They used to call me Alf. Alf was really hairy. Remember Alf?
I love Alf.
Yeah. I hate Alf.
Oh my God.
Fuck
You
Alf.
do look like Alf.
No, you do have big feet. What?
She just cries the whole ride home. Greg called
He
me
like said
Alf.
I look like I told him my
It
insecurities.
brought me back
and
to
he just
first grade.
Yells them back at me.
God, kids
And then I
are
fucked up teeth, and then they called me buck teeth forever. That was.
I had, yeah. See these two teeth?
See these?
I had them at like 5 years old. When you're 5,
They're not so cute.
these are fucking too big.
Just the two front
Oh
ones.
my God, I got called Bucky Beaver and
Oh, yeah.
and fucking whatever other.
My two
names.
front ones were knocked out as a kid, and then I had to do dental implants. Like when I went there, when they knocked them out, the dentist put them back in, and he was so scared that he put all this like crap on him, like bonding, and then I just had one tooth for like years. That's why I do stand up, really.
You just had one tooth?
One, because he put all this shit for them to like stay, until I went to some dentist who literally basically took a filing, a little file thing. And then I had two teeth, and I'm like, nobody did that for like years. I just had two teeth.
I just had
There's
one
like nobody
large
could have
tooth.
just done that. I just spent years like not like being like,
She just had an inch wide tooth for 8 years of her life because you didn't
'Cause-
go. Zzz.
yep. I could have done that myself. I was so mad. I was
Yeah.
like so scared that they'd come out again.
You mean to tell me the nail file I could do that? Yeah, dude. I'm sure that's everybody's fear. It's just popping out a front tooth and just.
Oh, it was the worst.
My mom has done that twice.
What?
Michael Lenoci, he lost a front tooth.
It's the worst. Did he get a
It's the-
implant?
Yeah.
And they're so expensive.
Yeah, and then every now and then that'll fall out like on an apple or something. And then you
Oh, I
can
don't think
see
he got
his
implant then.
a
You shouldn't
cover?
ever be able to.
Uh,
Oh, that's like a
a shell.
that's a veneer. That's what I
veneer.
got next to them because they never matched anything. 'Cause
Ah,
it's so hard to match your tooth.
gotcha.
And because they were the front, I'm like, I'm fucked unless I do. And then I couldn't afford the rest. So I just left. So now I just smile like,
Front row. That's
I
all
just
you
half smile.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're so funny.
need. It's just all gone back.
Yeah. I have nothing back there.
She has 5 and 5 teeth, just 10 teeth total. That's all you need for Hollywood.
This is it.
Just no side photos. They see the
Yeah.
tweaker tooth. That's all there's the tweaker tooth. First to
That's
go.
when you smile too big. It's just like funny. It's like too much, too many teeth. Yeah.
Yeah, but I love back to Lenoci when he lost his tooth. You just see his personality go from like this to
Yeah. Oh, it'll take you down. There's nothing. If you meet a girl that's like not, if it's just her teeth, like you'd be surprised on like how that changes.
Oh yeah, I
someone's
couldn't.
face.
I mean, it would just
Or a guy, like
a
it just-
pimple
it
on the tip of your
changes-
nose is
Yeah.
just like the most. You're just
But
like everyone's
but
looking.
teeth are especially like that is so much of your face that you don't
Oh,
realize.
yeah. I had braces for 5 years, and I had buck teeth, but now I reap the benefits of a
Yeah.
straight smile, and everyone's like, nice teeth, nice teeth. I couldn't imagine just being a pirate and just like missing a fucking
Yeah.
canine, and they're like, ah.
It would just change who
Instead
you
of a
were.
compliment,
Yeah.
people go, oh, that's a
You should
big.
get that fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, have you heard of veneers? Like,
Yeah.
dude, it's so funny. I've just time traveled. Did you see that?
I didn't know what you were
I
doing.
just got spaced out.
We've been here for an hour. You haven't said anything. I do feel like you could sit here for an hour just like this.
All right. Yeah.
Well, it's really nice being here. Thanks so much for having me.
Just trying to think. I know what I got at the very end. I was trying to get. See, you drove so far. How long did it take you to get here?
Okay, you don't have to.
It's a pissy day.
It's just like the
It's a
saddest
busy day.
podcast because you have to do however long I was in the car. You're like, fuck. Now
No.
we got to do this longer. Jeez. No, it's fine. I mean, I do nothing now except avoid having kids.
It's just getting harder and harder as the
like-
pandemic goes on.
I have a podcast today. Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta go. Stuff to do.
New set. Get kids, get pregnant. You get a gang of new material.
I know, but I want to get rid of this material first, and then I can do.
And-
No, I don't want people to know me as the person with kids. I want them to know me before, and then you continue.
Oh, did you ever shot what you shot at Genghis Cohen?
Yeah, I'm going to be shooting something hopefully in March,
Okay.
and then I can just
Yeah, because that was awesome.
yeah.
That was awesome.
Hopefully, I haven't.
Yeah, let's talk about that. There you go. You know.
We haven't put it all together yet.
Really?
It's so much footage.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was like
Oh, yeah, because it was the whole process.
yes.
Dude, I mean, you're already doing it, but that's so, I think I messaged you or called you and told you because that's so dope. She did this special back to just doing it yourself. You know, Hollywood won't come knocking. You just bet on your goddamn self. And that's what you did, right? And you just,
I mean, I basically had gained a lot of weight, and then I was like, what's going to make me lose it? I was like, maybe like doing a set in a bikini.
yeah.
And so, because, you know, that's what you do when you need to lose weight.
No, I
was going to be making jokes about it anyway. So I was like, let's film it. Let's film me losing weight and me writing jokes. Because, like, you know, you write about whatever's happening in your life. And so I wrote a bunch of jokes as, you know, I was losing weight, about the trainer. I got a trainer who was like this like bikini fitness model who is like just so fun to make fun of because she's just great and perfect. And I'm like all triggered by her through the whole session,
Yeah.
you know, like, because you go there all fat and you're just like, I want your body. And they're just like, no problem. And you're like,
You're like, what do you mean?
okay,
It's
it
a
is
lot
a
of
problem,
work.
bitch. Yeah. She's like, you could do it. And you're like, fuck you. So I basically made fun of her a lot. And she's great. She's like a great person,
Yeah.
but it's just me being like,
No, it was
annoying.
awesome. And I remember talking to someone, may have just been a comic, but it was so beautifully done because it was like you in a bikini at the end, but it wasn't like, if anyone knows her, it's not like a
No, it
gimmick. It's not
wasn't
contrived.
trying to be like sexy with it. It was just trying to be like, I lost a lot of weight.
No, it was awesome and it was motivational and it was real and it wasn't any of that. Like speaking of Ali Wong, first special, pregnant, awesome, launched her. Second one, pregnant again. You're like, I don't, you know. Then it gets a little contrived.
Like she's
you're like,
just doing it as a gimmick. She's like, I hate kids so much. But this is what's gonna make. That's how sick we are in the head as comics.
Not like that, but yes, I do. Yeah, you're like again. Like, do you even have a husband? You know, comics are so sick. Be like,
They're
but I
so
just
sick.
mean like first ones is all the things, and the second one you're like, you're like, we are, you know, like. I get it. You could do a special with the baby. You're brilliant. We get it.
And then everybody was pregnant. It felt like that.
Yeah.
Like Amy Schumer did one. I
Yeah.
was like, is that a this or something?
Yeah, it's like, is that a thing? It's like she did it first time.
Yeah.
It's done.
But all these women
Perfect.
are so famous. I feel like if I'm pregnant, they're like, oh, we're not even going to watch this bitch. Like, we've heard the pregnant thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I don't want to be the pregnant one.
It's just so funny. It's like as I'm making fun of it. But you know what I'm saying.
No,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also like, you know, they wrote about what they went through in that time. And so it's like, then I'm going to do it. And it's probably not going to be as good because they're like, great. And then
Yeah,
I'm
and
like, but also.
It's kind of like the Beach Boys. They did the Pet Sounds, amazing. And then the next surf albums,
Mm-hmm.
next surf. There's only so much you could do with surf. You know?
Yeah.
Why's everything got to be about the waves, Beach Boys?
We get it, Beach Boys. You really
Okay.
limited you guys' opportunities with that name.
The Beatles just don't talk about the
You should
Beatles.
have just called yourself like World Boys,
Yeah.
and then you could like do other things maybe.
They, you know,
Not
and
just about the waves. That is really
cut
funny.
to
They're
someone
like,
sending this to Allie, and
I
she's
love
like,
watching them trying to figure out another song about the beach. Like, what about starfish? What about starfish?
"We haven't done the jellyfish
We haven't
yet.
talked about the jellyfish.
Those
Oh,
hurt.
the jellyfish.
The jellyfish.
And they have a
hurt
lot going
real-"
on. If you touch them. Yeah.
No one thought of that concept bands. Like after 1 or 2 albums, it's done, guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
The
what I
Chri- the
mean.
Christmas
I'm not going to be the
band.
pregnant comic.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. Cut to. That's the only time I get a special.
No, that's awesome. And the beautiful thing about anything, because I was thinking about just shooting something and shopping it, and whether it goes
Yeah.
anywhere or not, no matter what, you could always clip it up and put it on the TikToks.
Sure,
and
but
the
then it's
gram.
upsetting. Like, I've seen comics do that, and, you know, I love their stuff so much. I feel like they deserve.
It is upsetting, but I've talked to a ton of them, and a lot of them have said these exact words like, yo, putting it on Instagram got me more than being on Comedy Central.
Right, that's
which
true.
is insane, but that's just
Well,
how
Comedy
it
Central
is.
isn't a goal anymore.
Other than in Netflix, it's
Right.
it's like Netflix, or clip it up and put it on YouTube and all social media platforms. Because
true.
even if it gets on Showtime, it's just like...
It's still
I feel like-
upsetting because they're so good, and then I feel like it makes me mad because I'm like, oh fuck, like there's so much. Like, I don't want people to just look at them on YouTube and be like, oh yeah, it's a YouTube comic. I'm like, no, like they are the comics that like deserve,
Yeah.
you know,
It's...
and the jokes are so good, and you're just like, oh fuck, like
What I've learned is if you have a following, like if you're big on Facebook and nothing else, you still sell tickets and you still tour. It doesn't matter which one you pop off on, you still sell tickets and you still tour. Do you notice how I said sell tickets?
you still sell tickets and you still tour.
Sell
Even when you say it like this, you're
Why
gonna
the
still
fuck
sell
am I
it.
talking like
It's
this?
just,
God damn
it
it.
doesn't mean.
Dude, I do this all yeah.
What?
Like, just like that. Like still sell tickets.
You still have.
I'll butcher
Yeah.
shit voice texting or whatever, and like my girl will
That's
catch
funny.
and she's like, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
what was, where I'll dip in and out of accents.
Oh, I do that
not
too.
on camera, not just
Yeah, I do
voice
that all the time.
texting. Just like, hey Siri, text Crystalline, come to
You don't know how to
church
talk
the other day."
normal,
Like
yeah.
I'm figuring out in
But
the
that's
sentence.
still your voice. Like, that's still Craig. You know what I mean? Like,
But it'll ebb and flow and go like Wisconsin
Somewhere
to Jewish to
all over
Asian, and
the
be like,
place.
I'm in my head like, I'm not doing this on purpose.
I do
like,
that sometimes when I talk to people with an accent. I start to mimic them and
Yeah.
not trying to make fun of them.
No,
It's
not at
just
all.
like something that you accent, and then you're like, I'm a bitch. Like, I'm not trying to like be like, ew.
It's
no."
fucking instinct. I'll
can't.
do that all the time with
Yeah.
my cousins from Mexico. They're fluent in Spanish and not English, and I am not fluent in Spanish.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, I'll just talk with their accent,
Yeah.
thinking it helps, and I'm
then
like,
you're
"What
just
are
like
you
an
doing?
asshole that's like trying to.
What are you doing? You're degrading your family. They
That
speak
was-
2 languages. They're better than you."
That feels
See,
Italian.
there it comes. Yeah, I didn't know where.
Is
it
that
comes from.
Italian?
That was.
What was that?
I don't know. That one was like kind of
Better
part of
than
a
you.
bit.
Yeah, it felt like a little Italian. Like, you're gonna eat
It
your
didn't-
meatballs, or you're gonna eat, you know. It didn't sound
The accents never match any like
yeah.
I went New Jersey Italian,
Yeah,
and that
yeah.
was supposed
That's
to
what
be
it was.
California
Mexican.
Mexican whitewashed. So they're never accurate.
Yeah.
That one was somewhat on purpose, but like the
That's really funny. It's like them saying it, and then you're not even imitating them. You're imitating someone else. You're like, sorry for imitating you. They're like, I don't know who the fuck you're imitating.
I do my mom as like a Jewish deli lady, and I'm like, that's not how she sounds.
Does
But,
your
like,
mom have an accent? No.
No.
'Cause she grew up-
She's fluent in English and Spanish.
That's how my mom is too. Yeah.
But she doesn't have an accent either way.
Which sucks for stand up, by the way, because you can never like imitate your mom
Yeah.
the way that she probably like. My mom acts more Mexican than she is. Like, she doesn't have the accent, so it doesn't match like the things that she does,
Yeah, and I'm so
which sucks.
like I have to I can pull off Spanish, but I have to concentrate,
Me too.
pay attention.
Yeah,
Arroz
I'm the
con
same.
pollo, you know, like
I'm
I
the
have
same.
to
You have to raise your eyebrow when you say it.
champurrado, you know, like
Pollo.
I have to, like it's like a commercial audition. Ortega
I have to. Yeah.
120. I don't.
I always tell people, I'm like, if they're like, oh, can you speak Spanish for this role? I'm like, I can, but here's the thing. I'm going to have to really study it and memorize it. There's no improv that's going to happen.
No. Otherwise,
Unless it's gonna be
gonna be
English.
más poquito, por favor,
Yeah.
señorita.
You're like a tiny little.
Arroz
this
con
big.
pollo.
Why? Creepiest Mexican. I am now.
Apaga la luz, por favor. Biblioteca.
That's how you do all of your things. You're like, I can't speak Spanish if it's a little girl that's talking to you. Hola, ¿cómo estás? What are you doing, dude? Just
I'm
say
like-
the words.
That is for sure. It's got to be housekeeping.
Yeah.
Chris Farley and David Spade and Tommy Boy influencing me for the rest of my life. I still talk
with-
like Chris Farley and Billy Madison. That is correct.
Oh yeah, yeah. You still have like yeah.
People are like, where did you like? I saw Billy Madison when I was 9, and now I just
which
say
is like the best.
now if I say that. Sorry, I have fruit flies.
Fine. Are they from your plant?
Yes.
Are you upset?
No. They're from the stagnant water I hide under your chair. They're probably fucking fungus gnats from that plant right there. It's very frustrating.
pretty
They're hard to
plant,
get
though.
rid. It's good. Daniel, big dumb white boy, Daniel Gorman. Thanks. He gave me that.
Fruit flies.
What are you talking about? I forgot.
Accent.
Yeah, it's gone.
Okay.
Arroz con pollo.
Just to have to say it like that.
Yes.
Billy Madison. Just thought of it.
Oh yeah. Are you influenced by any quote in any movie that just stuck with you for the rest of your life? That one is.
Waterboy was always our movie.
Oh yeah, medulla oblongata.
We watched that movie a million times.
And then I'll do it for the course of my life, and then I'll just forget what it's originally from, and
Oh,
then
I
I'll
remember-
watch it,
I
and I'll be
remember
like,
that.
"Oh, that's where it's from." You're from London.
I remember.
Forgetting Sarah Marshall, Paul Rudd. You're welcome.
My cousins speak in movies, like
Yeah.
and it's so annoying because like most of the movies I don't know, and they'll be like, they'll do something, but I'm like, did you go down the ladder? And I'm like, what? Like, it's not funny if I don't know the fucking movie.
My
and they
go-to-
speak in that, like that's
I
how
love
they.
that. That's my shit. Like Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, but if you don't know the movie, then it's not funny. But they watch weird movies and they're all a lot younger than me too, so it's
Yeah.
like movies that we didn't grow up with or anything. And then I'm like, this is not fun. And they're just like dying of laughter. They're like, that was so good, man. And I'm like, how is that good? You're just quoting a movie.
Someone that can bounce movie quotes. That's my shit, dude. I love Dumb and Dumber. Like anyone that. Oh,
Yeah, but those were our movies, so it makes sense when we do it.
You sold our dead bird to a blind kid, Harry. I took care of it. It's just like perfect. It's perfect. That's the.
Yes, but it's again movies that we watch.
Yeah,
It's fun when we do it. No, when they don't. Stupid.
Yeah, fuck them.
When they do it, it's like, what are you talking
They're
about?
doing like Orange
Losers.
County with Jack Black and
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
Tom Hanks' son. I forgot. Like no one referencing that movie.
They are. But in their world, they do.
Yeah. They're like, what's the Saving Silverman? That's a quotable movie that people don't. You know what I mean? It's got that sergeant. You know?
Yeah.
Oh God, he's the best.
See, I know the movie, but I would never know a quote from it.
I'll watch it and start quoting it. I'll be right back. Give me 2 hours.
Is that how long it took to drive here?
Yeah. No, I'm about to pee my pants. We're going to wrap it up with one final question, and you're going to love this one. It's about sand in your ass. No, it's a poop. It's a poopy story. It's a
Poopy
you
story.
shit your pants on your wedding night. Your husband
I
got mad and left
actually-
you.
I most recently have a poopy story, which is
Yes.
very.
I was afraid
I
you
would
weren't
not.
going to have
I
one.
really wouldn't have.
Nice.
We have the bathroom that we poop in, the toilet that we poop in, and then our bathroom. And I pooped in the bathroom we poop in, and it started to overflow, or like not overflow, but it just started.
You made
to
it
kind
to the
of.
toilet. It didn't go down your leg.
No, I made it to the toilet. It
You've
wasn't
never
like one of the. Oh,
you
did it
never
have to be shitting yourself?
In your pants. Yeah.
Oh, it's very specific.
I mean, we'll get back to that. But have you ever
Well, then I don't want to
diarrhea?
tell this one.
And that's the one we need.
No, I'm saying I don't want to finish this story.
Oh
If,
yeah. Oh yeah. We need the
Oh, you shit your pants?
you shit your skirt on a hot summer night at a Vegas club and you danced
I think I've.
till it dried away and flaked off.
But shitting isn't like.
Well, we'll get if you got.
Let me finish the shit story. This is the only shit story I have, so we're
Okay,
gonna have to
alright.
finish the shit story. You're very specific with your shit story too. You have to be like, in your pants.
In your pants, down your skirt,
When did it happen?
something
I'm like,
horrible
that's-
and embarrassing. You're just like, oh no.
No, this is embarrassing when you can't fucking flush the toilet and it's full of shit.
It's
That's disgusting. I was YouTubing videos on like how to get it down because I was like, my husband's gonna leave me if he sees how much I can actually shit. Like it was like one of those times where like you can't believe that much is coming out of you. You
That's
know, like
always-
you're almost done and then you're like, oh my God, like how did that much more? It was like the worst time for a toilet to not.
See, I blame it
Work.
on girls not wanting to flush multiple times. You gotta flush,
Because-
flush.
Yeah, but I didn't. It was one of those times where I didn't feel like I had to. Of course, I flush throughout if it's like, but it's like a surprise one, you know, where you're like, oh,
Okay.
that much is in me. That's disgusting. Where you just feel
Oh.
like a cow, like they just think it.
Oh, I
See,
need
ever
more.
seen a cow shit where you're like, ooh,
I don't remember eating a block of beef.
one of those times.
Wow. That's a cube.
It was disgusting, and I'm like YouTubing everything on how to get this down, and which is putting a plunger into shit is like
It's very bad.
the grossest
very
thing.
bad.
Well, you're never gonna use how do you ever clean that plunger?
Just
you
with
can't.
the new toilet
No,
water.
it can't go all the way around. The water that comes out is like so specific
See,
to
that's-
the bowl.
There's
You can
this-
only do it. So, and then I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking put that in like the tub or
Let me tell you something. There's this thing called time, and it kills all germs.
That's disgusting.
So put it in your linen closet. It don't matter.
Not a thing
Mine's
called
right there.
Time and it.
Open the
It
cabinet.
just that's not the case.
You open it. It
He
plunges.
has like black mold because he's been leaving it. Time is supposed to kill black mold. No, it actually gets worse if you don't take care of it.
C'est la ville, c'est la za.
You just have something for everything. No.
Okay, so it started overflowing
Anywho.
and those little turds on the floor, or what?
No, it hadn't gone over yet.
Okay.
And so, but I didn't want to show him it. I didn't want to show him it. And then I'm like, I can't, our neighbor helps us with everything. He's like this dude that just like, and I'm like, I can't, I literally would have to hire someone to come that I will never see
So what happened?
again. And so it just sat there, and I finally came out of the bathroom like probably like 2 hours late, and I couldn't breathe. It was so bad in there, and I was still like, I can't. I tried everything I could because I don't want him to leave me.
Yeah.
I was like, you're gonna leave me if you see what has happened.
I'm big on poop and farts and shit.
I
and
know
if
you are,
If
but
I
most-
saw my girl's loaf, it's a bit off-putting.
Yes, and most
nobody
women
wants
are
to
like,
see. They're
like farts are funny when it's not you. Like they're. No, just you in particular, like I get it. You're.
the fart
He's
guy.
like, I just found it
Hey,
right
watch
now.
watch
But
your
you
mouth.
you have
we'll
the
delete
face.
episode.
He has the face of a person that can get away with a fart. See, I don't have that face. I have the face of like I will crumble if I fart in front of like a bunch of people. I will
You
just.
just see her.
I'll never come back.
I'm going back to Vegas.
I finally had to tell him, and then he had to see it.
Oh
And-
shit!
And
Yeah,
I was so embarrassed, and he had to help, and he
Stuck-
he couldn't even.
he rolled his sleeves up.
Yeah, he did. And he gave it a go, and then he said we have to wait till the water and the shit goes down more so that we can try it again in the morning. We had to let it sit. It sat for 2 days,
And then it just flushed, right?
and then we finally got it. 2 fucking days.
That's the thing, guys.
I
If you clog the
literally-
toilet, just let it sit for a while. It'll break up.
Time, you guys. That's what I'm saying.
Let that poop marinate.
It was. I was dying to clean it. Like I just needed to get it. The fuck. I was just like it was haunting me in the other room. I was like sleeping, and I was like, "Oh my god!" It's like sitting there just waiting.
It's just like Edgar
multiplying.
Allan
just
Edgar
more.
Allan Poe sketch, a short sketch.
Yes, when it's like
Wait,
hitting
boom,
the
boom.
yes.
Boom boom.
That's what it
Boom,
felt
boom,
like. I would hear like water. I'm like, did it go down? I literally the next day he was gone. I kept checking on it like it
Yeah.
was a child. She kept being like, "Are you okay?" No, you're not going down. Okay.
Yeah, that's he loves you.
He does.
He loves you. That's
And
a
he
good
never,
man.
and you know what else? He doesn't ever tease me about it, which I'm like, I tease him for everything. Like he wouldn't be able to.
Oh yeah, I'm relentless.
I am. I mean,
where it's
obviously.
funny and then it hurts.
Yeah.
And then it becomes funny again.
And then
and
I'm
then
like, I'm
they
a
break,
comic, but we can't
And then
take
they cry.
that.
You can't call me turd face.
Yeah. That's what I do to him on everything. And he does like nothing. I'm like, I'm never going to live this down. And he hasn't brought it back up. I'm like, that is so nice.
That is so sweet. That is.
I know. He knows I can't
What
take
is he,
it
a
though.
fucking monk?
He knows that I just can dish it. And I
just
can't
the
take
comic
the shit.
in us be like, I will bring that up
Yeah.
forever.
Ever. Yeah.
We could have kids and be in Hawaii. Hey, remember that
I
brick?
video him in
Remember
every...
that brick in 2020?
Yeah.
Remember when I almost left you because of that cinder
We're
block?
awful. We are awful people. It's amazing that anyone likes that.
Because what's like funny to us is normally so harsh and brutal to others. Be like, hey.
But I feel like they like it. Like they're fine with it.
they?
I don't know.
Do they?
I like to think that my husband's fine with me making fun of everything he does. I like to think that. I'm like, they're jokes. They're just jokes.
They're just jokes. So thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of strangers
Yeah.
hear about you
Yeah, it's
and see
fine.
you with me.
It's fine.
So you just
But
break.
don't ever talk about the time I shit so bad.
It's funny, you could put him on the internet for potentially millions of people to see, and he can't bring up one turd one
Yeah.
time. I'll get ya.
I'm so shocked he hasn't. I'm like,
It's just you with the knife.
I'm like, do it. Just say it
Just fucking
once.
say it.
One time.
Fuck it.
Local comic murdered her husband
Yeah.
after he casually said,
Just say shit. You want me to touch you? You don't say shit. Just use.
I kept being like, are you looking at me different now?
Yeah.
Do you see me? I kept asking him that. I'm like, are you looking at me different?
Guys
I
don't
just
give
put on a
fuck.
dress for no reason.
Even
I'm
though
like, I'm
that-
a lady. See? Remember? Look at my heels. I'm wearing
Just start
heels.
wearing
I'm wearing
skirts and
heels.
aprons and
Yeah.
washing dishes.
I
like,
make home. I'm so happy you're home.
It's the 50s. Here's a chicken pot pie.
I made pot roast for dinner.
I know.
feel like
Pot
that's what
roast.
they made.
That
Isn't that a
is.
thing?
Why is it?
I don't know.
What's some of the 50s and they're only being pot roast?
Yeah. I don't even know how to make pot
It is-
roast.
it is
What is
good.
pot roast? It's just a...
It's just like a slow baked block of beef. Sounds really gross when you break it down like that. Just a
looks like
block.
what was in the toilet. That's what it is.
It's just what clogged
If you
the
want to
toilet.
know what it is, it's what you should have.
That was good. That was good.
You're
I
not
s-
approving
that
my
was-
shit. I'm sorry, but that is traumatizing to me and the most shit that's ever
good.
been in my life.
What do you want to talk about when you shit down your pants and
I don't think I have a shit down my pants story. I really don't.
never came out of your khaki
No,
pants
even
when
in,
you're working at Best Buy?
Even in Costa Rica, I got like a virus and I was like I still made it to the toilet, but it was disgusting.
Yeah, those are gnarly. I remember.
Yeah, my stomach like blew up all bit. It was so scary.
Yeah, I went. I used to rent condos in Rosarito Beach and just take
Oh yeah.
carloads
Rosarito.
of teenagers down there to get fucked up because they don't card you in Mexico.
Wait, were you a teenager?
Mhm.
I thought you were like a creepy man. Didn't it sound like that? He goes, I used to take carloads of teenagers. I was like, did you just drop them off? That's so creepy. You're like, who else wants to go to Rosarito?
Yeah, I should have said
And
that.
get murdered.
No, we were all like 19. It was before
Okay,
you
so you
turned
were in the
21.
carload
yeah,
of
yeah.
people. Got it.
We all were underage. And
Yeah, I
could-
went there when I was underage.
So we go to
yeah.
Rosarito
'Cause you
and,
could drink
rent
and shit.
condos for like $300 a night, but there'll
Yeah.
be like 10 of us, so that's $30 each.
Yeah, it's so
It
cheap.
was the best. But every time
blue margaritas,
there'd be
that was,
some
like,
girl
the-
that drink the fucking tap water or whatever
Yeah.
and just get sick, and one girl just shit everywhere and stunk up the place.
Oh,
It was awful. We made fun of her and she cried. I felt bad, but she did
Were you on Molly?
diarrhea all over the place. It's kind of something you
did
make
she just
fun of.
miss the toilet?
Was drunk and sick and just shit and try to
Yeah.
clean it up, but
Like
when
I've
you're
thrown
drunk
up-
and
I've-
sick, and in hindsight, had I been not 19 and sober, I would have just maybe been like, hey, don't go in there a while, guys. But when you're drunk and
Right.
with other teenagers, you go, ah, she shit the floor.
Poor girl.
Poor girl. Poor girl.
It's the same girl that sprained her ankle. And
It's my wife. Now.
yeah. It's like the same girl that's just like, these are just mean friends.
No.
I have mean friends. Like, you got
It sounds that way. It just sound like a whatever. I was fucked
When everyone's
up.
drunk, nobody
Nobody
you
cares.
don't- right, and you're young too, so you don't know you should care.
Yeah. Here's another example
You're
when it
just like,
happened to me.
That
My-
sucks for you. I have feeling good.
Yeah. I was in jail for the first time, and I called my sisters to bail me out, and they're like, yeah, we'll go bail you out. But they were drunk, and then they just drank and partied and went to
And just
sleep.
forgot about you.
And no one bailed me out. And then I woke up
They
in
probably
jail.
were like, we're not going to get him.
I was like, yo, where you? Oh, sorry, we just woke up. You should have called mom. I'm like, oh, I didn't want to tell her. And then,
And then she
then
found
mom
out.
comes quick. Mom comes right when you call. Sisters let you cry it out a little bit in the old jail cell. But yeah, because you're just drunk and you're just like,
Yeah,
rolled ankle
everything's
doesn't
funny.
even register. You're like, my
Yeah,
ankle's
you don't
fine.
know until like the
I'm
next
going to go
day.
dance.
I remember one of my friends, she had like this, we saw her foot and she had this big tennis ball, like, and we were like, what the fuck happened to your foot? And she's like, oh, she didn't even
She
know
didn't
that
know-
she
yeah.
broke
Yeah.
her foot. It was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. She was so drunk.
She's like,
oh no, what is that? We were like, we don't know what's your foot.
We don't know. Isn't it pulsating in pain right now?
Like, it's the size of a tennis ball. Like I've
It
never
doesn't
seen
hurt right now, but it will for the next
anything
6
like it.
months.
She couldn't walk forever.
Yeah. That's the
But that night was fun.
bad night. She was teaching.
killing it.
She was teaching everyone how to Dougie, hopping on it and
doing the
everything.
stanky leg.
She's fucking moonwalking, doing Running Man, nothing. And then the next day, like, oh my God, why is my foot off of my body? Oh my God, we're all so dumb.
What is that?
What is that? Is a softball growing out of your ankle.
It's your foot.
Yeah, don't do drugs, kids. Anyways,
Don't drink.
I think that does
we're
it.
good,
That's
yeah.
does it. This has been Community Service Podcast with my dear friend Jessica Keenan. It's very funny. Check her out. She's gonna come out with her special. I don't know what to call it. I'm sorry.
It's gonna be on HBO Max.
Nice. That's so dope. Now that's the next one. That one's dope.
it.
I forgot about that one. HBO Max is fire to get stand up on, especially right now because
Well, this is
there's
for
not too
Entre
much.
Nos.
Oh, perfect.
You could do that. You're
Yeah,
Mexican.
I am half. I'm half.
I'm half.
Yeah.
You're in. That's all you need to be, folks.
I didn't even
You don't
think
even have
about
to be
that.
funny at all. You just have to be at least half
No,
Mexican.
you gotta be funny. That's fantastic. That's an angle. It's so hard to
Yeah.
get on anything.
I don't know
That's
when
like,
it's. I don't know when it's coming
Poquito
out. He does his
They'd be
whole.
like, "Ah,
he
we're-
does his whole special like that. We're like, we can't let you film that. You're like, ¿por qué? No, no.
I trabajo en 32. Oh, Jose. Oh, fuck.
Just do your regular.
I just
set,
ruined
Greg.
my own
Pero no
chances.
puedo, ¿por qué no?
No, se habla español.
That's
Solamente.
actually really fun bit though. Guys, I can't speak Spanish because when I do it,
Yeah.
hablo así como.
Oh my God, HBO's
Una niña.
fire. Yeah.
Yeah.
HBO's the HBO and Netflix. That's it. Not that I wouldn't love to have it on any goddamn thing, but
That's it, Comedy Central. Stop asking me. Back up.
that's dope. Check out her special on HBO when it comes Entre Nos, but it's still on HBO Max. And yeah, look her up. She's great.
I'm gonna
We
be
started
filming
together.
it in March, hopefully.
Fuck yeah.
Actually, would like them to push it so it's not like a crowd with masks.
I know. You just tell them like, hey guys, just take them off. Take them
So
off.
creepy. Just take off your mask.
Off your mask.
I need this.
These
jokes, I've been working on these
Craig
jokes
was
for so
taking
long.
caravans of teenagers to Mexico. You can wear your mask.
To drop loads of children off in Rosarito.
We were all kids. We were dumb
You
drunk.
should clarify it.
Yeah, I know.
So funny.
Everything you gotta have a bar. I was.
Yeah, I was
18.
one of
we
the
all
children.
were 18. That's what you did when you grow up in Southern California
Yeah,
and
we
you're
went
not
there,
21.
or
You
Vegas.
go to
We did
Rosarito
that. We drove to Rosarito.
because you get fucked up. You know. Then the cartels kind of started murdering people here and there. It got a little sketchy for a while, but back in the day,
Took a little break.
good time. Good time. I mean, you probably won't get killed. So, have at it, youngsters. They They don't check your ID down there.
Craig giving advice to
Be safe.
youngsters was very fun.
I went to jail down there too.
This
Good
makes
thing.
no sense. You leave dirt on things for a while and it disappears. So I want to write down all of your.
You go to jail in
Pretty
Mexico, you
advice.
bail yourself out instantly, though. Talk about instant gratification. You may not have deserved to go there to begin with, but $60 will get you out real quick.
Just shit the floor.
Damn, man.
You're good.
I gotta stop going to jail.
Yeah.
No, it was all hooch. No one gets arrested sober. Maybe once. But anyways, that is our episode. I'm trying to wrap it up. This has been Jessica Keenan. She's lovely. Don't
Thanks
break
for
into
having
homes.
me.
Check her out. She's coming out on HBO soon on Instagram. We'll tag you and everything.
Sweet.
And that is it. I love you all. Thank you for subscribing and rating and reviewing and liking. And if you haven't done that, do it. Yeah. Bye-bye. All right, that has been our pod. Make sure you check me out on the road. Phoenix, Wichita, St. Paul, and more dates to come, all on my website, as well as I forgot. Oh, Comedy Showcase app. I got one ad to do. I'm part owner, and I don't remember. Anyways, Comedy Showcase app is a stand-up comedy app that has clips of up-and-comers. It's a subscription-based app, but right now 100% of the money goes to the artist. Isn't that fantastic? On iTunes only at this moment, and it's gonna blow up, and we're gonna make these starving artists millions of dollars, maybe hundreds of dollars. Let's be real. Anyways, it's good. We pay the artists. You like supporting and paying the artists in a time where the artist gets fucked. Why does the artist always get fucked? God. People wonder why they get there and they demand so much money. It's because they got ripped off for 20 years. Anyways, you could change that. And Comedy Showcase app. All links to everything is below.